Hey everyone, welcome back to Redditly. Today's video is titled Update Number 5. I'm sitting out in front of AP's house to confront him a year later. Let's get right into it. Hey there r/SurvivingInfidelity. Long time no chat. It has been a long time since I even thought about posting here. I was browsing Reddit on my main profile last night and came across something that reminded me of this profile and thought I'd pop in here to give an update. I was honestly surprised to find dozens of unread messages from people wanting to know how things turned out. I apologize for not responding earlier, but it's been a difficult year, and I'm still packing a lot of this away. Let me start out by saying that my wife and I ultimately decided to stick it out. Yes, I know that will disappoint a lot of you. I know that I struggled with feelings of disappointment in myself for most of last year. We are not back to 100%, nor do I know what that ever will be like. But things are certainly better. To get to this point took about 9 months of intense therapy, both individually and together, along with therapy with our kids. We both had to be willing to forgive and move on. Frankly, I consider it to be something of a miracle that we made it this far. Here's how all of that went down. After my last update, I made it clear that we wouldn't be sleeping together again. We continued to go to couples therapy, and she really started to open up about what she was thinking and feeling and what led her to reunite with AP. At some point, probably in March, it became clear to me that something had changed in us both. We weren't going through the motions. We were honestly expressing ourselves to each other. She had deep-seated fears of becoming lost in being a wife and a mother. She wanted something that was missing and tried to get it outside of our marriage. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't feeling for a con. I truly believe she was lost and looking for something she was missing. Yes, she should have looked for it within me, but she didn't. I have forgiven her for that. I expressed all of my hurt, pain, and how shattered my trust had become. I was fearful of getting burned again, and honestly, I still am to a point. I know it could happen. Really, anything can happen. But I've given up on my need to control things, and I've handed it over to my faith in her that she will never do something like this to me again. It's not just that. I derive a great deal of my inner peace from having a plan. That's just who I am personally. I have to need a plan and work through details, and doing that gives me comfort. I know what I would do if I ever started to question her loyalty or found experience and evidence of her cheating again. That plan gives me strength and allows me to put the hurt out of my head. For months, her cheating and lying was all that I could think about. Now I rarely think about it anymore. She has not spoken to, reached out to, or checked in on her AP in over a year. I know this because I have access to her phone, laptop, and Facebook messages, which she agreed to allow me. For a while, I was tempted to check her stuff every single day. It was hard not to want to go through every single message and question who she was texting and why. But with time, my desire to check in on her subsided. I always made sure that I did it randomly and without warning, so I could catch her if I needed to. I haven't done that in probably 2 months now, and I don't think I'll do it again unless something makes me suspicious. Again, therapy helped considerably in that front. I have not spoken to AP or his wife since I last reached out to her in December of last year. Frankly, I'm fine with that. I can see on Facebook that they are still married, but I don't dwell on it or check it often. I've seen her profile so that it doesn't show up on my newsfeed, and I've honestly think that last time I checked it was 3 to 4 months ago. I don't care what happens to them anymore. We sort of separated ourselves from the group of friends we were running with and made new friendships. I don't think that the old friendships were outright toxic, but those couples had different priorities that did not align with who we wanted to be as a couple. They were very social and outgoing in a way that was okay with drinking to excess, doing drugs, bragging about money, and social positioning. They were nice people, but ultimately not who we wanted to spend our time with. Our new group of friends is great, still social and outgoing, but without the excessive drinking and drugs. More focus on family and a more positive atmosphere all around. We spent New Year's Eve 2018 with our old group and woke up New Year's Day hungover and worthless. We spent New Year's Eve this year with our new group and still had a great time, but got home with the kids early enough so that we were able to enjoy ourselves with our kids on New Year's Day. Our kids know that we are staying together. We decided over the summer, June, July, to put the divorce proceedings on hold. It was originally scheduled to be done in March/April, but we decided early to push it back. Going through the list of our belongings and trying to decide who got what was really tough, but I honestly think it also contributed to both her willingness to open up and make things work and my willingness to give it another shot. We told the kids we were no longer going to get divorced, that sometimes mommies and daddies need to work through hard things, and that we were going to keep trying to work through this. She moved back into our bedroom in August, and I took the lock off the door. Life is not perfect, but it's better, and it keeps getting better every day. She expressed to me on Christmas how sorry she is for everything that she put me through, and how she will keep trying every single day to rebuild my trust and love. I do love her, probably now more than ever. I understand now how couples can make it through something like this. We planned a family vacation together this spring while the kids are on spring break from school, and I think we are all really looking forward to it. We still meet with our couples therapist weekly and are both still doing regular, not weekly, individual therapy outside of our couples session. Our marriage counselor told us that she's amazed at how we have handled this and how we keep doing the work to heal the fractures of our marriage. It wasn't easy for a long time, but it's easier now than it was. I want to be as clear as I can be with what we did to heal. I know that the rest of this post is somewhat vague, but I want to be crystal clear on what we did to make it work. Maybe this will help someone else. I'm no expert, this is just what worked for us. Number 1, therapy. Individuals and couple therapy on both sides. Therapy helps me understand that my shortcomings as a man, as a husband, and as a father. It helps me find clarity and peace in myself and helps me regain a sense of confidence I lost when my wife cheated on me. Her individual therapy helped her identify and deal with her own shortcomings as a wife and mother. It helped her decide if she really did want reconciliation or if she wanted to go on her own way. Once she decided she wanted to reconcile, our couples therapy helped us figure out what the path to that was and what our lives would look like on the other side. Number 2, we both committed to working towards that common goal. We bought in fully and did the work outside of therapy to rebuild our relationship. This included A, radical honesty. When I was feeling something, I told her. When she was feeling something, she told me. We didn't keep our feelings inside, we expressed them, and when she was telling me, I put aside all of my distractions and really listened to her. She did the same for me. B, daily check-ins. Every night after we put the kids to bed, we would sit down and check in with each other. How was our day? What was our plan for the next day? How were we feeling about each other? These conversations were difficult at first, but became second nature with time. Now I look forward to our nightly check-ins and I know they have had a significant positive impact on our relationship. C, asking each other questions. This was kind of like we went back to phase when we first started dating. Look, she and I have been together for a long time, and we are not the same people we were when we first started dating. People change. The question is whether or not the people we are now are people who can still be together in a healthy marriage. I found a list of questions online that range from what is your favorite color and what would you do if one of your parents died right now. We went through the list, then we found another list and another one. It's become kind of fun rediscovering who she is. D, acts of service. I'm not a super religious person, but we found a Christian-based guide to repairing a marriage after infidelity that included doing acts of service for your partner. This ranged from simple, writing them a note, doing a chore that they were responsible for, sending a message in the middle of the day, to more extravagant things, date nights alone, buying a thoughtful gift, taking a weekend away together. Again, these little things began to add up and rebuild my trust in her and my love for her. Simple things like when she took out the trash for me when I was working late one night went a long way. And E, stop dwelling on it. This was hard for me. I tried to actively choose not to engage in thoughts that took me to a dark place. This was also incredibly uplifting because it freed up my mind and energy to focus on other things. Whenever I'd feel like I was starting to go down the path of getting wrapped up in it, I would do something to take my mind off it, work out or even go for a run, watch something funny on TV, play something distracting with the kids. Eventually, I stopped thinking about it regularly, and as I mentioned before, as time went on, I thought about it less and less. I hope you don't take this as me preaching. I'm not. I honestly believe that some people shouldn't be together. I honestly felt that about us until partway through this last year. Some people can make it work, others definitely shouldn't. I can't judge your situation any better than you can judge mine from the outside. But for now, I truly believe that we will be together for the long haul. Something else, I can't log in and check this account regularly because it starts to dredge up my old bad feelings about what happened between us. I plan to post this and then I'll check in again in a few days, and then I'll probably just leave the account alone for the future. I don't want to delete it in case someone else can benefit from the discussion, but I can't re-expose myself to all this repeatedly if I want to continue moving forward with her. I hope you understand.